Hallo, wie geht's euch? Kurze Erklärung, ich bin aus Österreich, aber es ist leichter über die Blockchain zu reden, wenn man auf Englisch geht. Daher NFTs, question mark, the future of art. AI is the big topic today. NFTs, people think they're over, but they're not. And I'm here to explain to you why. I'm going to start with a little anecdote how I found out about NFTs. I was hired for a job in Vienna in 2021 to photograph for the Vienna Contemporary these 6 gentlemen that had a keynote with the name NFTs, the future of art, question mark. And they talked about NFTs, they got me excited, and that's how I got interested. Now, before I get into the NFT story, let me quickly tell you a little bit about who I am so you understand the context. I'm born in Vienna. My dad was a photographer. He was a journalist who basically gave me my first camera when I was 8 years old. And I really wanted to be a rock star, but I had no musical talent. So photography was kind of like the next best thing. You're backstage with the band, you get to take their portraits. That's how I started. Here is me at work with my famous ring flash. That's what it looks like when I'm photographing you. This is my dad when he was young, and he gave me the camera. He passed away much too early when I was only 11, and I decided I wanted to carry on his legacy. I started in Vienna, Austria, where I'm from, and when I was hired to photograph this guy for his record album, I knew it is time to move on, to move to bigger jobs, to bigger challenges. I moved to New York in 1998, was 28 years old, and I started to work with people like George and Mariel, and I stayed in New York for about 15 years before I moved to Los Angeles, where I live now with my family in Topanga Canyon. And I get hired for the authentic portrait, to try to make people look good, but make them look real and make them look interesting. And I love my work. It brings me all around the world, and it makes me meet all these people, from rock stars to politicians to artists. Now, when I met these guys in Vienna and they told me about NFTs, they were always pointing out, if you want to work with NFTs, you need a community. Now, when you think about the community, you think about people that are here, people that are around you, but the NFT community happens online. It's very particular. It's on 2 channels where these communities meet. One of them is Twitter, and the other one is a social media app called Discord. Discord is not so known. It's something that started with the gamers, but it's a very interesting app. You have your own channel, and people can join, and your community can be meet in these rooms and connect with each other. And this is key in comparison. If you go to Instagram, where I also have a lot of followers, most people on Instagram don't have a wallet. So while you can, and should quickly explain, you need a wallet to be able to buy an NFTs. NFTs are on the blockchain. They are bought with cryptocurrency. So if you don't have a wallet, you can't buy anything. So while I can explain on Instagram that I have something for sale, nobody will actually find it or be able to buy it. So I went on Twitter, I went on Discord, I talked to people, and believe it or not, I found a German community that is led by my mentor, Mike Hager, who is based out of Munich. And I joined his mentoring, and the most important thing for all the artists out there that are listening, that are thinking of doing NFTs, before you start thinking about creating your own work and trying to sell it, you need to buy art. You need to start with buying and not with selling, because buying an NFT is different than going to a store. It is a very emotional process, believe it or not, and you need to start there. So I joined the mentoring group, and I started as a collector, and of course, after a while, when you meet these people and you talk to them, they ask me, so when are you coming with your NFTs? And when we were finally ready to come out with my Genesis collection, as you call the first drop that you do as an artist, we decided the icons are not going to be minted, they're not going to be released in one package. I'm not going to come out with the whole session at once, but we invented a game which was called the Riddle Drop. So instead of releasing those 52 works in one go, we released one image a day, and the only way for you to buy it is if you go on Twitter and you solve the riddle. So we kind of turned the table, and instead of having something that was available for everyone, only very particular people could buy it. This is how we went live on YouTube and on Twitter, and this is how people saw us. This is how we told the story. So you have a little bit of an imagination what people were seeing. Now, these 52 icons, I turned 52 this year. My dad was 52 when he passed away. Today we are Chuppen 52, so numerology is very important. It's not a coincidence that I'm standing here today. So for 52 days we did 52 icons at the price for 0.52 ETH. And imagine the first day, well actually when Mike came up with the idea for the game, I was like, but Mike, what if nobody wants to play? He said, don't worry, people love games. So on the first day when we dropped the first riddle, I had probably 20, 30 people trying to solve the riddle. Whoever solved it first got the icon. On the last day, with the last icon, 500-600 people were waiting for the minute when I dropped the questions, and the answers kept coming in such a high speed that I needed to hire a tech that was able to help me figure out who was actually first. Here a quick look on OpenSea. This is how the collection lives on the platform. Here's where people can trade those assets, those works. And this is a place, if you want to learn about NFTs or if you need a starting point, is where you should go and where you will find everybody's work. Now, all of these works were one-of-ones, meaning there was only one George Clooney, one David Duchovny, but it seemed when we were playing the game that a lot of people wanted Iggy Pop. So we were talking about what are we going to do with Iggy? How can we make it special since he's so popular? And we came up with the idea to change the game and to say, instead of having one and only one person will get it, we're going to say for 52 hours, Iggy Pop will be available for everybody who wants one. So we opened up the mint. After 24 hours, we had about 1,000 people who had minted an Iggy, which blew my mind. I had never expected that. And Mike asked me, Rainer, how many Iggy's, how many one-of-ones do you have? I said, I don't know, maybe about 200 images. And he said, okay, what if we say if you mint 10 Iggy's, you can, after it's over, you can exchange them for a one-of-one, because a lot of people really want the one particular image instead of having the open edition. So we did that, and believe it or not, after, so this was the famous Iggy, and after the 52 hours, we had minted 3,537 Iggy's. Now, the price for it was 0.052 ETH, which was about $150 at that particular time. That was $500,000 in 52 hours. Now, I started to realize, wow, this is really a game changer. Instead of 52 collectors, I suddenly had 900 collectors. Now, you can imagine, or every artist out here knows, 900 collectors is something that I wouldn't have had been able to achieve in my whole lifetime if I was just trying to sell prints. Out of the collection, out of this new game came the 200 Faces of Iggy, which you can see everybody got a different Iggy, and at this point it was about November or September of last year, and I was invited in November to go to the Metaverse event, also hosted by the German Art Directors Club. And I told this story before, and it all sounded beautiful and lovely. But I'm here 6 months later, and everything is different again. We went from a bull market to a bear market, meaning everybody was into NFTs last year. People couldn't buy NFTs quickly enough. And now nobody is really interested in spending a lot of money on NFTs. Crypto is down, NFTs are down overall, and with that it comes when the market changes, the game changes. We saw that already when we minted the initial game. You can't really plan far ahead with the metaverse. You really need to be adaptive, and you need to see what's going on right now. How can I adapt to what's going on? And remember, I told you everything happens online. You meet people on Twitter, and you meet people in Discord. IRL, that's a short form for in real life. And what's going on right now is the community is trying to meet at events like this. I went to Lisbon, there was the non-fungible conference. People from all over the world come together. They look beyond Twitter, they look beyond the PFP or the picture that represents them. They want to meet in person. Royalties, forgot to mention that before. Royalties was to be the savior of the artist. With every sale of an NFT, even when the sale goes forward, the artist was going to get 10% forever. For my kids were still going to receive 10% from all the sales moving forward. That was too good to be true. No more. Blur came along, a nude platform like OpenSea that wanted to take OpenSea down, that wanted to be better than OpenSea, and they said, okay, we're just gonna pay no royalties fees, so it's cheaper for people to buy versus if they buy on OpenSea. A lot of people don't care about the artist making their 10%. They went to Blur. Not everything was bad. Now a company like Manifold came along. If you're an artist now, before you needed a tech to help you with a contract, it's complicated. These on-chain contracts is nothing that you can do as an artist. Manifold is a company that makes it possible for anyone to log into their website, to mint an NFT within a day and sell it on the market. I told you, we're in a bear market. What can you do if people don't have money, if people don't want to spend money? Well, you give them a free mint. Why would you do that? Well, first of all, you want to move forward, you want to build a community. Well, if people don't want to sell money, you give them some things for free. So, as I said, as an artist, you need to be adaptive, you need to see what's going on in the market. So we came up with editions by Rainer Hosch, which gave a couple of different things to play with for people to still mint something. We started with a burn mechanism. A burn mechanism is basically you take something that you already have and you burn it, means it gets deleted from the blockchain, it's no more, and you get something else. I started with 3 Iggy's for 1 George. Coffee with George was a behind-the-scenes shot that I did in Italy, working for a big coffee brand, and got this great moment. People loved it. 114 were minted. I was like, okay, that's interesting, but how can I take it a level further? Okay, let me try a free mint. Front Row with Salma came next. For 52 hours, free mint. Anybody who was able to mint was able to get this image for free. 11,000 people minted this image in the 52 hours. I should rephrase, 11,000 wallets minted the image, meaning, some people have numerous wallets. So I'm not exactly sure how many collectors I have exactly, but my guess is I went from 900, as I told you before, to now about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people that collect my work. They were able to then take these summers that they got for free and exchange them for a contact sheet of Justin Timberlake that you could exchange into one of the portraits that was on the contact sheets. Why did I do that? Because I need to grow and I need to find a bigger community for when the market is going up again. Some of these people will be able to buy my works. In my Discord, people got a PO-up. It was a family member patch. It was for free. It's a free NFT. I was able to grow my community from about 600 or 700 people in this Discord channel to about 1,200 people just because I gave away a free NFT and people loved it. Now, for those of you who don't know, is yes, you have the NFT, but a lot of times NFTs come with something. It can be a membership, it could be a concert ticket, it could be a Louis Vuitton bag. In my case, back to Iggy, everybody who had a legendary Iggy, the ones that I marked on the contact sheets that were the best images, were able to claim a print. The print was signed, it was sent to you for free, and now I'm coming a little bit rushed to the important end of my presentation. It's the physical versus the digital. Now, if you're an artist, if you're a photographer, you have 2 things. You can either sell a print, what most people are already doing, or you can sell a digital file. Now, if you think about it nowadays, if you create an image, it's already a JPEG. So the print is already the alteration of what you actually created. So why would you exclude yourself as an artist of this market? This is a short, this is one of my collectors. This is how he looks at the works at the wall versus the typical print. Nobody has to come to my studio. Nobody has to frame anything. Nobody has to wait for anything. Basically, with the pressing of a button, you have the artwork at your wall, at your phone, and you're the owner of it, and you can sell it again. So, in my mind, the future of art is digital. Every artist should consider being part of this future. Also still make your prints. So follow me on Twitter. I'm at Rainer Hosch. You see my new series that includes people that sold the NFT for $69 million at Christie's. And I don't know if any of you already has ever minted an NFT. I can give you one today if you want one. It's called a POAP, a Proof of Attendance Protocol. You come to me, it's on a card, I touch it on your phone, and yes, you can walk home with your first NFT tonight. And yeah, if you have any questions, come and meet me after the show. Thank you.